My name is Stephen Chung. Welcome to Chung's Corner. In my last two postings, I have talked about freedom. Freedom is a very misunderstanding word because it is an oxymoron, a word of self-contradicting meaning. In order for you to have freedom and continuously enjoy your freedom, you need to stay within a number of boundaries. My topic today is human nature. Human nature is not just an academic interest like origin of our universe. If you don't know how our universe began at a certain time, it doesn't affect any part of your life. I don't think so. But if you don't know what human nature is, then you might be affected seriously. Well, human nature affects every part of our daily life, everything we do, and how we deal with others. And ultimately, it also decides the fate of our planet. During our planet's history, after the appearance of humans, the planet has been increasingly plagued with large-scale wars conducted by humans. And also poverty is a great part of our history. And throughout the history, there are millions and billions of poor people. And recently, especially after the industrial evolution, our planet has been increasingly destroyed by our human activities. So these are the huge problems. Unless we solve those problems, one day, one of them will kill us, most of us, if not all of us. So we need to understand what human nature is before we can come up with any solution. So, what is human nature? Well, during the past thousands of years, many scholars have attempted to answer this question. Some say human nature is basically good, caring and giving. So this is one part. And at the opposite end, some would say human nature is bad, naturally hurtful. So who is right and who is wrong? Well, in order for us to know human nature, we need to know some biology and also some physics. By combining biology and physics together, meaning biophysics is the only way to understand human nature. Well, it doesn't mean that every biophysicist would be able to see human nature in a certain way with some definite proof. No. I am a biophysicist and I have studied under quite a few well-known biophysicists when I was in graduate school and in university. If you ask any of those biophysicists, even today, I don't think any one of them will give you a definite answer with any kind of conviction. Why is it so difficult to understand human nature? Well, in order for us to see what human nature truly is, we need to see a biology, a living organism in a very specific way. We need to see an organism, including a human, as a survival machine. Yes, a living organism, including a human, is a survival machine. So the question comes, what is a survival machine? Well, a survival machine can be defined in this way. It is a physical object which by itself is capable of doing two things. Number one thing, that physical object is capable of self-maintenance. That means be able to keep its interior as well as its exterior structure intact. If there's any damage, then the physical object is capable to repair its damage within, of course, certain limit. Okay, this is the first thing, self-repairing, self-maintaining. The second one is self-reproducing. Self-reproducing is that at a certain period of its existence, that physical object is capable of producing more of this kind, more units. So if any physical object is capable of doing these two things, then it is a living organism. So therefore, a virus is a living organism, a bacteria is a living organism, a plant, a fungus, an animal, anything capable of self-repairing and also reproducing will be a living organism. So the question becomes, what if a robot created by us, a robot capable of learning, can one day self-repair and also self-reproduce, will it be still a living organism? Well, definitely it will be a living organism. Frightening, isn't it? It is not a living organism made of flesh and blood or organic compound. It is a living organism built on steels and also silicon chips, and which is able to perform far more things than humans. In fact, that kind of robot will be our God. Okay, very frightening. So, why, the question becomes, why do so many of us, after so many thousand years, cannot see our human nature? Is because all of us have failed to see a human or a living organism as a survival machine. In fact, if you check any biology text, or even if you Google it, and I have done both, I have not found anything, any definition of a living organism remotely defined it as this way. That is the reason that we cannot see what human nature is. Okay? In my next posting, I'm going to explain and talk about what are the consequences of having this definition of a living organism, a survival machine lead us to. There are certain consequences from physics, and from that one it will lead to a direct proof that human nature is selfish, and all living creatures are selfish. Okay? Looking forward to see you next time, and in the meantime, take good care of yourself, and also, above all, love yourself. Bye-bye.